Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. So, Steffi tells Hope about Liam's condition and that he's dying. And I feel like this is one of those things where it could just easily divide the audience already, right? Because you have one group of people, and like I said, you have one group of people that'll be like, listen, your medical privacy is your privacy. You have a right to sit there and tell who you want, how you want, and when you want about your medical conditions, even your loved ones. And you have the other group that's like me, that's like, I don't feel like that's fair to your loved ones. I feel like they're going to be hurt and more upset with that person, even if they did it in the best of intentions. It still was a very shitty and selfish thing to do. I don't care if they didn't want somebody else to know because it's going to hurt them. It's going to make them feel guilty. It's going to make them feel like they should have said more, like they should have done more. So maybe there's two sides of being selfish in this one, but that's just how I feel about that. Now, the issue that I have with this whole thing, right, is that they're at the point where they're both upset, and Hope is crying, and Steffi's crying, she's upset, and she consoles her, and they both hug it out and everything like that. And it's a nice moment, right? These are two women that have been going back and forth at war for years before I even started watching the show, right? It's always something with those two. This is the first time that essentially they almost kind of felt like sisters a little bit. Two mothers that share a man, that share kind of daughters in a sense. They're half sisters or whatever with daughters and stuff. And my issue with that is that I feel that they're going to fumble the ball once again. They're going to fumble the ball once again. They're going to find some sort of miracle cure last minute and be like, boom, you're alive. And all that heart to heart crap that they were doing is not going to be anything. And that's my biggest takeaway so far from this whole thing. Now, they can actually sit there and kill them off. They can do that. We'll wait and see. But I just don't know. Now you got Luna sitting there skulking around like a goddamn rat, making sure the coast is clear before she sits there and approaches Sheila. And long story short, she wants a relationship with her dad. She's like, I don't care about Steffi, and I'm just hiding this. And she goes over there. Now, of course, Fenn is not there talking to Liam. Liam is taking this from the dying person's perspective, where he doesn't want people to know. He wants to be selfish. The thing that's actually important to know is that he want to feel like he's in control of something. He can't be in control of how much time he has. He can't be in control of his fate, of his death. The only thing he can sit there and be in control of is the secret and things of that nature and trying to do good before he leaves. That's the only thing he could be in control of. And I get that, right? And he even admits it's selfish. I respect that. Then at some point he does leave to call his dad, and his dad wants to sit there and see him. I could have did this review yesterday because it was on Paramount, but the problem was everything got pushed to Paramount because of the whole Pope stuff. So, this is where we're at. Luna comes over and Finn is not happy. And Finn's like, oh, you should have sat there and called. And Luna's like, I've been texting and everything like that. You just haven't gotten back to me. And at first I was like, all right, I'm on your side because chick should have called or whatever. Well, when you've been sitting there dodging and ignoring her texts, well, I mean, the hell you thought was going to want to happen? She's a free woman. She wants to sit there and know her dad. And that's what she does sit there and say. Now, Steffi's going to sit there and have her little temper tantrum. I can't believe you disobeyed me. You defied me and blah, 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 blah. The same crap over and over again. Um, The majority of this episode seemed like it was taken up by the whole Steffi and Hope stuff. First Hope was in denial for a while. Then she was a little angry. Then she was a little sad, and she was like going through different stages of grief in that whole scene. Again, if they drop the ball, they fumble the ball. All this yin yang talk that I'm doing is not going to. Well, I don't want to say that it's not going to matter because it is going to matter because it's going to prove that I was right. That they're going to sit there and pull the same crap that they did with Eric. And you see, this is another thing. This is the reason why I enjoyed the fashion stuff when he did Fashion Week, but at the same time, I was like, what are we doing? Because it was such a different mood. It's almost like he just randomly decided to do that and be like, oh, let's lighten up the mood. Do, 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 do. This is where we're at. This is where we are at. Now, I'm not going to sit there and do a review on Young and the Restless, but we do got some stuff to talk about because Chelsea is a goddamn moron. I feel like that's about it. I can't think of anything else. It's funny. I remember when I did the reviews for two. I would do it for GH and Days, and then I would do it for B&B and Y&R. And the only time I actually got complaints for some odd reason was the GH and Days, which kind of annoyed me a little bit because I would literally put timestamps for when one ends and the other one begins. And yet people were like, oh, I don't like them together. I like them separately. I'm like, why? I think I got so frustrated with the whole with one person asked me, and granted, it's criticism, but I just didn't understand that because it's not like I wasn't giving the people that watch Days or people that watch GH their review. I was just doing the one thing. It makes me think like we should bring that back, at least with Y&R and Born to Beautiful. I mean, it's a little bit longer, but at least I can sit there and get some stuff from Y&R out and talk about that. So I don't know. And plus, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's a little more difficult. There's a rest period also. So I think it'll be kind of fun. It'll be a challenge. I don't know how long I'll be able to do that for, but I think it'll be kind of fun and a challenge. And in a way, I can sit there and get both Y&R and B&B fans. Now, one of the good things yesterday was that when I watched on Paramount, I did already have my notes. I just didn't have time to do it. And since they played the same episode from yesterday to today, it's really not like I really missed a beat or anything. So, anyway, if I miss anything, you know what to do. Comment right in the comment section below. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be sitting up there talking about all 5 of the soaps. You know what they are. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.